Good morning, students. You may be wondered why I am showing you the picture of this clock. All of us know that when we need to see the time, we see the time by seeing or we know the time by seeing a clock. But which part of the sentence or talking about sentence, in which part can we sense the time? The verbs tell you about the actions. The noun tells you about the subject. The pronoun replaces the noun. So which part of the sentence tells you about the sense of the time in a sentence? Any guesses? Yes, you are right. That's the tense. So today we are going to learn about the tenses. And we are also going to learn about the present tense. Time and sense makes tense. Tense tells us about the sense of time in a sentence. Tense tells us about the sense of time in a sentence. So, by seeing the tense in a sentence, we know the sense of the time. And depending upon this sense of time, there are three tenses. That is the present tense, the past tense and the future tense. The present tense tells us what is happening right now. Similarly, the past tense tells you what has happened some time ago. And the future tense tells you what is going to happen sometime after, or maybe 1 day, 2 day, or in future. Okay, so that will happen. That hasn't happened now, but that is going to happen. So let's start with present tense. Children, today we are going to start with lesson number 6, verbs in the present tense. The verbs that are used in simple present tense talk about regular actions or an action that is currently going on, or habits of a person, or about the facts or universal truths, or a state that currently or generally exists. This is Sarabjit. What he is doing? He is swimming. So Sarabjit swims every Saturday. That tells us about the habit of Sarabjit. What is Sarabjit's habit? That Sarabjit swims every Saturday. So this word swims, written in red, tells us about the habit of Sarabjit. And this is in simple present tense. This sentence, Sarabjit swims every Saturday, is in simple present tense. Or if I talk about my regular habit, so I get up at 7:30 every morning. So it is my regular habit that, or it is the time when I wake up regularly. So this is also or we may also use simple present tense to talk about my regular habit that I get up at 7:30 in the morning. See, I can also use a simple present tense to talk about the permanent situations or the facts, like my aunt runs her own business. She lives in Lucknow. So this is a fact that My aunt has her own business. She runs her own business. And permanently she is staying at Lucknow. And it also can be used to tell us what I like or what I don't like. Like this, I like mangoes. And Priya doesn't like ripe guavas. So these are two things. Which, first, I like mangoes. And second one, Priya doesn't like ripe guavas. So this also can be used to state about what I like or what I don't like. If something happens at a particular time, like the bus leaves at 4:30 p.m., then also we use simple present tense to denote the sentences or the facts or the timetabled events that happens at a particular time or will happen at a particular time in the future. And grandfather leaves for Dehradun next Saturday. So next Saturday grandpa is going to leave for Dehradun. So that is also can be stated by using simple present tense. Now let's see the structure. So subject plus verb plus s, es or ies in the affirmative or positive sense is used to denote the simple present tense. See the examples. Now for the verbs used for he, she, it and singular nouns uses this form. Like you see the spelling rules. With most of the verb we add s. For example, live plus s makes lives. Sit plus s sits. Stay plus s stays. So this is used in simple present tense. Okay. Ending in y, if the words end in y, then we use ies. Like try, y is replaced with ies and the spelling becomes tries. Carry, carries, and so on. So what we do here? We change y to I and add es in the simple present tense when we use these verbs for the pronouns he, she, it or for singular nouns. If we are using the verbs which ends with s, z, ch or x, then we add es like miss, misses, buzz, buzzes, catch, catches. Now let's understand this with the use of a few. See these sentences. Simran paints well. So here Simran is a singular noun and we have used the word paints or verb paints in the simple present tense form. Ravi goes to school. So here base verb was go. And what we have done? We have added es with the base verb. Okay. So Ravi goes to school in the simple present tense. She paints. He goes to school. Now I think that is clear. In the negative form, we use don't or doesn't with the base form of the verb. And in interrogative, means while asking questions, we use do or does in the first and then we add the subject and then the base form of the verbs. Now let's understand these with the help of some examples. See this one. Madan eats cake in the positive form. In negative, we have added doesn't. Madan doesn't eat cake. And when we are asking questions, so we have just written does in front of the subject and then we have written the verb. Does Madan eat? It is the base form of the verb. Cake. So we have added question mark in the last. So this is the formation, or this is how we make the sentences using simple present tense. But what will you do if the pronouns we use are other than he, she, it and the singular form of noun like mother? See the first question given in your book. Underline the present tense of action verbs in the following. So you need to underline the action verbs, like we communicate with people living in far away places through letters and telegrams. So communicate is the action verb. Then we also send money by money order. So send is the action word. Like this you need to underline, and that will be the solution.